بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. قال وعن ابن عمر رضي الله عنهما قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يخطب بعضكم على خطبة أخيه حتى يترك الخاطب قبله أو يأذن له الخاطب. So Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu reports the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said that no one should try to compete with his brother basically for getting engaged from a woman. Meaning that if someone is proposing to a woman and that other person knows, he shouldn't be proposing at the same time. And the scholar said people can do that unless there is already some tentative agreement from the woman's family to agree to that engagement. But if someone goes at the same time and there is no tentative engagement, this is what they call in fiqh al-rukun, meaning they have not agreed yet, they're still checking the situation out. So it's okay. But if there is already rukun and like tentative agreement and he knows, then he should refrain from proposing to the same woman. Unless the other person, the first person, said you're okay to do that because he's not sure about it yet. Is this clear? And similarly, no one should compete with selling product, لا يبيع أحدكم على بيع أخيه, as you know in the Hadeeth. No one should compete with selling, meaning if someone has asked to buy this house and there is also tentative agreement, you cannot go and say, okay, I can give you more and sell me this house. If the deal has been tentatively agreed upon, then you should refrain from competing with that person. قال وعن أبي هريرة قال ما تحفظ قال سورة البقرة والتي تليها قال قم فعلمها 20 آية. So this is a long hadith in which a person wanted to marry this woman. The Prophet ﷺ wanted actually to have him marry her. And he said, what do you have as a dowry? And he said, I have nothing. He said, التمس ولو خاتما من حديد, even an iron ring, something very inexpensive to offer to her. And he said, I don't have even that. So he said, how much Quran do you memorize? And he said, I memorize Surah Al-Baqarah and Ali Imran. So he said in a different narration, انطلق فقد زوجتكها. So بما تحفظ من القرآن. So I've agreed to have you marry her with what you memorize of the Quran. Meaning, which clarified by this other narration, قال فعلمها من القرآن, and in the different narration, قم فعلمها 20 آية. Meaning, the wages for teaching her the Quran is the dowry. So a lot of people, think that if you memorize the Quran, this is your mahr. That is not mahr. The mahr has to be financial value. So when he teaches her the Quran, that it translates to a financial value. It is not just because he memorizes the Quran and he's good enough. He has to offer the mahr. Is that clear? And the last hadith, and وفي رواية أمكناكها بما معك من القرآن, we allowed you to marry her with what you have of the Quran, meaning to teach her what you have of your memorization. وعن الزبير عن أبيه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال أعلنوا النكاح. الزبير رضي الله عنه narrated that the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام said, do pronounce the marriage, meaning declare it and make it public, because that's the whole concept of the nikah, of the marriage, to allow people to have that relationship publicly, and there is nothing covered. And al-ishhar and al-i'lan is basically what people do with katb al-kitab, when you have the marriage contract signed, and it doesn't have to be 20,000 people, but enough basically for people to understand in the common law that these people are living together based on the sunnah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه.
Is paying a must obligation?
Yes. But it doesn't have to be right away. لأن النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام زوج بدون مهر أيضا على إنه يدفع later. إنه نحن بيقولوا مقدم ومؤخر، بس هو النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام بلا مقدم خالص ولم يسمي مهرا، على أساس إنه later on they agree.